10:30 a.m. on WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 21 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. One of the things that happens when you do a radio show is that in the beginning of the year, you have a lot of opportunities to talk to doctors and authors who have diet books, okay? The one thing I make sure to do is we kind of vet. Is that the word vet?
Yes.
We vet our guests, especially with this, especially anything medical, really.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to say this real quickly. I was listening to the audiobook of Penn Jillette. I love Penn Jillette. I love Penn and Teller. And he wrote a book, and I listened to it in the car as an audiobook, of how he lost weight. Mm-hmm. And he lost weight like really rapidly, eating only potatoes. And it's a long story. Well, it's more than that. But the point is, it was very unhealthy what he did, even though it worked for him, and it still caused him to lose hair. He even says it in the book. He believes that the drastic cut in calories.
Uh-huh.
And who was the other one I saw the other day? Who did I tell you? It was a lady. She was losing her hair. She was on 500 calorie a day diet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's a talk show host. A really beautiful lady. I love this lady.
Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake, thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
So let's find out how to do it the right way. Dr. Arthur Agatston is on the phone. He has the new keto-friendly South Beach diet. Everything I read, everything we looked at says this is what you should be doing. So let's find out. Dr. Agatston is the founder of the South Beach Diet. He's an associate professor of medicine at the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine, a clinical professor of medicine at Florida International University. I'm only just rattling off his credentials just so you to kind of support what I was trying to say in the beginning, so that you do pay attention to it, because you don't want to lose your hair. We love Ricky Lake. We love Penn Jillette, right? Yeah. But they both they took a big chance by taking those extreme diets. Good morning, Dr. Agatston. It's an honor to have you on the show.
Great to be with you.
And are you in South Florida right now?
Yes, Miami Beach.
All right. So have you heard those stories about celebrities, or maybe even people that are not famous, but that did the same thing? They did these extreme diets and had other health problems?
Yeah, and that leads to yo-yo dieting. Extreme, just low-calorie diets are often unhealthy. It's when you eat the right diet, you're less hungry. Calories count, but counting calories doesn't work. It's been shown by study after study, and there's been a huge explosion in science over the last decade, which is why we updated the South Beach diet. And it started, for one thing, that addiction. Probably almost the majority of your viewers out there are probably addicted to sugar, and we don't know it because it's snuck into all of our prepared foods through high fructose corn syrup, which is not more dangerous than other sugar, but it's hidden, and it wasn't available till the early 1980s. And since then is along with the national guidelines that said eat less fat. If you weren't having fat, what tasted good? Well, you had to add more sugar. And it was thought that a calorie was a calorie, and sugar calories weren't different than other calories. And the experts in the guidelines, it turned out, were absolutely wrong. And the national guidelines will change. But that's what made us fat, sick, diabetic, heart disease, but also increase in cancer, in Alzheimer's, in all our chronic diseases. It's all due to the sugar and bad carbohydrates. And we've also we reclassified that the vegetable oils, which are very artificial, are also in a bad fat category, whereas full-fat dairy, think of mother's milk, is really in a good fat category now.
Oh, really? Oh, my gosh. So what would I have for lunch today? Let's just try to make it simple. What kind of food would I have for my lunch?
Well, you can have meat, fish, good sources of protein, and non-starchy, vegetables. You can, broccoli, asparagus, leafy green vegetables, and you said lunch. We put several strategies that compared to our first book, it's a longer phase one of the book. Also intermittent fasting. So skipping breakfast, which we were always told that was the most important meal of the day, it's simply not. You want to compress your meals, less snacking and less eating time. As well as what you eat.
Okay.
When you do that, again, it's not just you feel better, you look better, you have more energy, you have more focus, and we're understanding why. Advances in imaging that we do, what we call functional MRI, and actually we know why so many of us are addicted to sugar, and that included me. I was clearly addicted to sugar, and when I went off the wagon, I thought it was lack of discipline. And it wasn't lack of discipline, it was a true addiction. And understanding that has been a real game changer in my life.
And your book is good for adults and also for children, because one of the studies you were speaking about said that 1 in 5 adolescents are now pre-diabetic, and that puts them at the risk of heart disease and diabetes.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yes. The majority of Americans, particularly our young people, and for most of them, their blood sugars that are measured are normal, but they have high insulin levels because of too much sugar, and that's already it's causing fat in the liver. It's overflowing into blood vessels, and it makes them feel lousy. And unless you understand it, there's not good measurements. Their blood sugars are still normal because they have high insulin levels, keeping their blood sugar normal. So it's not recognized. Other than they're sleeping too much, spending too much time with video games, not exercising, and not performing well at school. We did a study called Healthy Options in Public Schools years ago. We showed that in the standardized test in Florida, when we gave the kids better food, they performed better. And we talk about all that in the book.
The book is called The New Keto-Friendly South Beach Diet. It is written by our guest, Dr. Arthur Agatston, and I found it on Amazon, where, by the way, you're a #1 best-selling book right now in a couple of different categories. Do you have a website that you'd like us to go to as well?
Sure, it's southbeachdiet.com.
Oh, easy enough, southbeachdiet.com. You're getting really good reviews from people. But when did the book come out?
Just January 1st.
Oh, just came out. So can I ask you a personal question? So did you have a weight loss issue? Like you said, you were addicted to sugar. Did it manifest as being obese?
Yeah, it led, I was never really obese, but I was very thin until my early 40s and developed a belly, and it was the learning about addiction. I was having for dessert a blueberry pie with my family, and my wife and son said, "You're going too fast, stop." I stopped, and when they all left the area, I snuck back in the kitchen, finished the blueberry pie, telling myself blueberries are good for you. And that was a wake-up call along with new information about addiction.
Well, you look good right now. I just got your picture off of the Amazon page. You look really good. So
It's been a year and a half. On the new program, I have no problem keeping the weight off, mainly because I feel so good mentally and physically. I won't go back. And so we tell you how to get rid of the sugar addiction that so many of us have, and that's what we describe in the book.
All right. Again, I found the book on Amazon and the website, southbeachdiet.com. Dr. Agatston, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you. Great to be with you.
You're welcome. We'll be right back.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Iran state media reports 80 American troops killed in missile strikes in Iraq, but our military says that's not true.
Officials say no U.S. troops were hurt inside Iraq on the 2 bases hit by Iranian missiles. The 15 short-range ballistic missiles were launched from inside Iran. 10 hit the Al-Assad base in western Iraq. 1 hit a base in Erbil in Kurdish-controlled northern Iraq. 4 of the Iranian missiles failed